Last time in the descent into Avernus. Six distinct wanderers, each driven by their own motives, found themselves gathered at Shiara's market during the festival of the Companion within Elturel. These strangers, hailing from as close as Elturel and as far away as Baldur's Gate, began to weave their stories into the vibrant tapestry of the bustling market. As the day wore on, they tested their mettle in jovial carnival games, exchanged words with local citizens, and lent their ears to the captivating tale of the Companion's miraculous arrival. As the sun began to sink into the evening's embrace, anticipation buzzed throughout the air. The crowd had flocked towards High Hall, a sea of expectant faces looking towards High Overseer Thavius Krieg. But when the moment came, the stage remained empty. Krieg was missing. In the midst of this confusion, Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard of Baldur's Gate stepped forward, seizing the opportunity to command the silence. His words rang out in the twilight, a clarion call for unity and alliance between Elturel and Baldur's Gate. But this moment of hope was abruptly shattered by a booming voice echoing over the crowd. A foreboding declaration. Your beacon is exactly that which dooms you all. Amidst this shock, Ravengard called for the voice's owner to show themselves. Yet instead of a face to match the voice, a chorus of screams erupted. Cultists concealed within the crowd began a brutal onslaught, sowing chaos and fear as they cut through innocent bystanders. Ravengard, the target of a focused assassination attempt, found himself engaged in mortal combat. With the flaming fist guards overwhelmed by fists of bane and the crowd scattering in terror, our party of wanderers was thrust into a dire situation. But with a newfound resolve, they leapt into the fray, striving to shield the people from the marauding cultists. The Grand Duke was under siege, the lead assassin displaying a deadly ability to vanish and reappear at will. It was a battlefield of pandemonium and peril, a test of courage and strength that our heroes could not have anticipated. And thus brings us to the present moment, where chaos reigns in the once jubilant streets of Elturel. You stand amidst a sea of panicked bodies, the festive thrum replaced by a symphony of terror. Screams and desperate cries for help pierce the cool evening air, punctuated by the clash of steel and the disturbing thud of falling bodies. The pungent stench of fear and blood overwhelms the lingering aromas of festival food, the bitter tang of violence overriding the sweet scent of pastries and roasting meat. Through the swirling mass of terrified citizens, the faces of the cultists are painted in a ghastly, zealous fervor, their eyes burning with fanaticism, their shouts of triumph a disturbing counterpoint to the cries of their victims. And at the epicenter of this chaos, Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard fights valiantly. His sword gleams under the failing twilight, each stroke a desperate dance of survival. You see his face, etched with grim determination, a stark contrast to the phantom-like figure of the lead assassin, fading in and out of view like a malicious specter. The cobblestone beneath your feet, once a pathway to merriment, now slick with the unfortunate evidence of violence. The fear and desperation of the crowd are palpable, reaching out to you like a tangible thing, desperate to pull you into its tumultuous sea. This is where you find yourselves. Poised on the knife's edge of danger, the tolling bells of High Hall thundering ominously in the backdrop. The time for decisions has passed. The time for action is now. As we rejoin at the top of the order in initiative with Fist of Bane 2. Who is going to attack the Flaming Fist soldier, swinging out with its mace, scoring a hit on a 19. Dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage, the spellcaster off to the east is going to point another gnarled finger straight at Duke Alder Ravengard. It is going to cast a spell as a sickly, greenish, brackish bolt streaks out across. Duke Alder ducks beneath the shield of his Flaming Fist guardsman, and it misses. The same Flaming Fist soldier is going to charge at the assassin. Make an attack against it. Thrusting with his spear with two hands, but the assassin deftly dodges out of the way, and that takes us to Aslan's turn. Aslan going to try to take care of Fistbane 3. He is going to strike out with his longsword. Oh yeah, in order to open up the map, go to your character sheet and double click on the top right picture. And that should open up whatever map we're on. Alright, Aslan hits on a 20.
Nice.
Dealing 9 points of slashing damage, but the fist is still upright. Fist of Bane 4 is going to take one step west. Strike at Aslan with his mace. Missing on a 17. This assassin down here is going to step over and attack another innocent, as Humanoid Cultist 5 does the same. Ravengard's assassin is forced to take care of the Flaming Fist soldier right in front of him. He is going to attack once with his dagger, missing. But the second attack hits on a 26. Dealing 9 points of damage, felling the Flaming Fist soldier and leaving the way open to Duke Alder. He is going to shroud himself. And move. Alright, Vishara. You have received initiative. What are you doing?
Okay. Got this guy down here, and then this guy up there, and then Salvatore's with that guy. I'm over here. And then, as my action, I will pull the dead on Unknown Humanoid Cultist 5.
Okay. The cultist succeeds against the saving throw.
Unfortunate. With my bonus action, I will cast Spare the Dying on a random, not yet dead civilian.
Got it. Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Fist of Bane 1 is going to make an attack against Salvatore, striking out with its mace. This is made with disadvantage. Salvatore, you are able to parry the blow aside. It misses, taking us to Alder Ravengard. Ravengard is going to ready an action. Taking us to Lulin, up on the roof. Lulin, you have one cultist that looks like he wants to try and get up by you, climbing onto the building. What do you do?
Lulin will pull out her scimitar and just hold it, but she's still curled up in a ball crying.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, and then she's still maintaining concentration on these.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Humanoid Cultist 1 is now going to attempt to climb up. Gonna make an athletics check. And he is unsuccessful. Still cannot find a hold. Salvatore, you receive initiative. What do you do?
I've got 2 questions. First, I'm gonna scan the crowd. Do I see the 2 who got engaged in the square prior to this? In the crowd of people here?
So one thing about the game, rules as written, if you want to make like a perception check to spot something, that does actually take your action.
Well, then I don't want to do that.
Yeah. The only reason why I mention that is because, like, specifically, dragons like have a legendary action, which is to make a perception check. So I don't want to take away from that.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, would you require a perception check to see how many people are just like still living in my immediate vicinity?
Yeah. Okay. So I wouldn't make you make a check for that. Right now, enough time has passed where a lot of people have kind of been able to like flee. As much terror and chaos has been spread, most of the villagers are not dead, they're just like wounded. A few might have bled out, but it wouldn't be all that much. Like, this attack, as you have noticed, seems to be more about spreading fear rather than actually killing anyone.
Alright, well, in that case, can you see me click on this Fist of Bane 1?
I see you targeting it.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay. Your longsword slashes out. Oh, gotta hit the double click the longsword on your actions tab. You just rolled a d20.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. No worries.
Still getting used to it.
Yep. The actions tab of your character sheet. Scroll up to the top.
Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm like broken,
there
guys. Let's just say I didn't hit.
That's fine. We can use that. So it would be the 5 plus a 4. Okay, yeah. So even rolling with advantage, slashing out with your longsword, your blade catches on some of the growth from the entangled, not dealing any damage. You miss. All right, Beowulf, you're up. What do you do?
All right, so Mr. Ravengard here, he still looks in pretty fine health, right?
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna trust the guards here. I'm gonna move. Let me just check how much feet. 25 feet towards this guy over here. And then I'm gonna make one attack at him.
Okay.
Right.
So control left click on him to target. At 13 you can drag on him.
Control left.
Yep. Control left click. There you go. Now you got him targeted.
All right.
All right. A 13 hits. Roll damage.
Perfect.
Beowulf comes running across, charging at the sorcerer to the east, striking with his scythe, dealing 9 points of slashing damage.
All right, and then that's my turn.
All right. Now, one of the cultists. This guy? Oh no, I got this. Couldn't even find him. All right, the cultist is going to target one of the people on the ground and is going to stab into it with its scimitar, leading us to the cultist in the entangle. This guy is going to attempt to escape. Must make a strength check. DC 13 and is able to succeed. He's going to step out from the entangle. 5 feet. And then move up here towards Taryn. And that takes us to you, Taryn. What are you doing?
Great. Last time we were talking about doing, it didn't take a turn, but wisdom checks to look at some of the unknown humanoids.
Yes, you can
Just see
always
if we
make
can
what is it? You can always try to identify a creature. Yep, that's free.
Gotcha. So I'd like to try to identify the creature that approached me.
Okay. Please make me a proficient religion or a regular history check.
Religion is +1. History, they're all the same. So let's just do history. Oops. Hold on. I clicked on something that's changing the stat. It's intelligence. And then that's the... I'm sorry. Oh, there's the little die there. Okay, sorry. Just getting used to it again.
Yep. It'll take a little bit getting used to. All right.
Okay.
4 is not enough to learn anything.
Not going to do it. But that's okay, because we're here to slash more than we are to learn. And so control, left click will let me target.
Correct.
Did you see me target that?
Yep. Fist of Bane
Okay.
3. There you go.
That's right. And I'll get sneak attack on that. So what I'll want to do is...
Attack first, and then if you hit, you would hit the sneak attack button.
Gotcha. So just click on my my rapier then?
Yes, double click on it.
Double click on it. On the die, yeah? Like that.
There you go. All right. You roll a 20. Your rapier stabs out, quickly searching for an exposed part of the Fist of Bane's mail, and you find it. And you feel your blade sink in. Go ahead and click the sneak attack button and then roll damage.
Oh, it's not a button. Let's use... Oh, sorry. The use power?
Yep, so that's on the left
And-
side. The button is on the right side. Little standing man.
I have a standing man.
In your
Got the
character
little
sheet.
loop. Yeah, I'm on my character sheet under actions. I've got a star for use power.
Yep. And then it should say sneak attack. And if you keep going over to
Yep.
the right, you should see a little standing man button.
I don't see that. I see like a little,
Okay,
almost like a thread loop or something.
On your character sheet on the very
Oh,
bottom
I see it.
where
I
it's,
see it. I
you
see it now. I see
Okay,
it now.
awesome.
Yep.
There you go. Now roll
okay.
damage on your rapier.
On my rapier. Okay.
There you go. A total of 11 points of piercing damage as you stab into the Fist of Bane,
There you go.
who somehow remains upright.
All right. That's what we're gonna do. Okay.
Does that end your turn?
I think it does. I'm not sure what other options I would have.
Are you holding just the rapier, or are you dual wielding a rapier and a dagger?
Just the rapier.
Okay, then yeah, that would be all you can do.
Okay, that's it then.
All right, Flaming Fist, Soldier 1 is going to attack the Fist of Bane, stabbing out with his spear, and hits on a 21. Dealing 7 points of damage, felling the Fist of Bane. That takes us to Flaming Fist Soldier 2, who is going to step out over here and ready an action. Now Cultist 2's turn. Going to move to this building and attempt to climb up. Making an athletics check. Failing. Fist of Bane 3 does not like that he got hit by Terran, and he is going to attack the little halfling, striking down with a crushing blow from above of his mace. Does an 18 hit Terran?
Do I get Yeah, it's gonna do it. So do I get anything for like being next to someone who's big? Like for that, is there like a disadvantage or hiding or something?
No, you would have to perform the hide action.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And that takes a full. That's my churn's action. Yeah.
The hide is an action, but
Gotcha.
when you're a rogue, I think at level 2 you will get cunning action, which will allow you to disengage or hide or dash as a bonus action.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then you being a halfling, you can attempt to hide when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
Right.
That is the naturally
Okay.
stealthy. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
Okay. So the 18 is going to hit. Taryn, you are smacked for 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Isn't that
laying you
always the way?
on the ground. You have
Oh, man.
received 1 bludgeoning injury count. That takes us to the spellcaster, who is going to have to attack Beowulf right in front of him. You see him take out an iron skull flail. Nasty looking flail. And he slaps it out at you. But you are able to dodge out of the way, taking us to Aslan. Aslan is going to divert his attention to you, Taryn, and is going to use Lay on Hands.
What a great guy. And so, just if I can pause out of game real quick. So, do I have to take that damage, or does it happen automatically within the fantasy grounds?
That automatically happens.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Automatically
And
locked.
just the bludgeoning count. What is that? I'm sorry. I'm just new to
That's
all
from
this.
the wounds and injuries.
Oh, wounds and
Yep.
injuries. That's right. Okay.
So we'll go over that when the time comes. It's not going to happen until the encounter's all done.
Got it.
All right. So you are healed for 5 points. And you are back
Beautiful.
to
Thank you,
consciousness,
Aslan.
though you are prone.
Great.
All right. Fist of Bane 4. It's going to try to take advantage of Aslan turning his back. Scoring a hit on a 23.
Oh no.
Laying Aslan down.
Gosh.
And the assailant off to the south is going to go chasing after one of the fleeing city folk. Cultist 5 is going to chase over this way. All right. You see as the masked assassin appears right next to Alder Ravengard once again and is going to make a dagger attack against him, which hits on a 23, but at the same time, Alder Ravengard and the guard's readied actions are going to go off. Ravengard hits. The guard misses. Right. Ravengard takes 7 points of piercing damage as his own blade deals 12 points of damage, killing the assassin.
Oh, that's cool.
And that takes us to Vishara's turn.
Okay. To start with, how far is Aslan from Vishara?
30 feet.
30 feet exactly?
Yep.
Perfect. And she doesn't have to move to do this part. Bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word on Aslan.
Okay. Seven points of
Nice.
healing. Bring Aslan back.
And I rolled max because I couldn't have done less than that.
Yeah.
Because he was at 0.
Awesome. All right, that is a bonus action. What else you got?
And there. Go to there, and with my action, I'll pull out the mace and try and hit that guy that Salvatore's attacking.
Okay. Go ahead and target him. All right, you roll a 16, which unfortunately misses against the dense mail of the Fist of Bane.
Man.
And that's me.
Okay, that takes us to the Fist of Bane's turn, who is going to attempt to free itself from the entangling vines, making a strength check. Succeeding. Fist of Bane is going to step right between you two. Right there. That is all it can do. Taking us to Elder Ravengard. He points out into the crowd, seeing Aslan and Terran. There! Guard those heroes! They're defending the people! Going to step right here and attack the Fist of Bane 4 with his longsword. Scoring a miss. An automatic fumble. But he gets more than one attack. He's going to attack again. Scoring another miss on a 16. And then he is going to try to shield bash the figure. And he hits on a 25. Dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he forces the creature back 5 feet. And then moves up into the vacated space. Lulin. You have received initiative. What are you doing?
Please, there's no way. Please, Daddy, don't
You
let
all
him get me.
notice as a number of small city birds like pigeons come from seemingly out of nowhere, begin pooping on the wall, helping Lulin where the cultists can no longer scale up onto the building and then
That's a
fly
great
away.
trick. That's a great trick. I gotta admit, I'm impressed. Even prone. Noticing that.
Anything else, Lulin?
No.
All right. The cultist. What the hell? She's got some kind of witchery. Leave her be. We got more business to deal with. Cult is going to move up here and then take a dodge action. Salvatore, you're up.
I reckon I'm just gonna keep swinging on this guy here. Did that work this time? My god. Okay.
You hit the javelin again. So hold down the control key and then left click on whatever you want to target. All right, now you have him targeted. Now look at your longsword, not the javelin.
Alright, is that still click and drag?
You can just double click it.
Okay, I double clicked last time and it did the advantage thing, but okay. Good, sweet Jesus.
On a
all right.
9, the cultist brings up his shield, pushing your strike away. You miss. Beowulf, you're up. Can't hear you.
Oh, right. Sorry, my headpiece was down. As I was saying, investigating these guys are free action, right?
Yep. Trying to identify
All
them,
right.
yes.
Yeah. So, with me being up close to him, I want to try to identify him and see what I know about him.
Okay. Make me either a proficient religion check or a regular history check.
All right.
With a 21, you know that this is a skull lasher of Merkel. Merkel is the Lord of Bones, claiming power over corpses and souls. His cultists are those who seek to claim lore, power, and even fealty from the deceased. Miracle has the power to call forth the soul of any slain creature and bind it into a wax skull. Miracle can use this ability only if he claims some part of a creature's physical body, grinds it up, and creates a skull that includes the resulting dust. So long as the soul remains inside the skull's eye sockets burn with cold blue flames. While the skull is intact, Miracle can compel the soul trapped within to answer his questions and share its knowledge. The skull degrades with each service rendered, eventually collapsing and releasing the soul. The soul can also be released by dousing the wax skull with holy water. Miracle is calculating, distant, and self-centered. He cares only for the acquisition of knowledge and finds that managing the daily affairs of life is at best a tedious distraction. He is happiest when surrounded by his tomes of lore and the undead he has called forth to do his bidding. Those who follow Miracle are either wizards or those who seek to master the necromantic arts. This is a follower of Miracle, of a certain rank within a cult. A follower of Miracle wields a flail that has a skull replacing the normal flail's striking head. Necromites are initiates who have not yet mastered arcane magic and rely on their flails in battle. Skull lashers are spellcasters who use magic to augment their combat abilities. The Masters of Souls delve deep into Miracle's secrets, allowing them to animate the dead and perform other grave magic. This Skull Lasher has normal vision, passive perception 11, can speak Abyssal, Common, and Infernal, and you get to choose 2 abilities to learn. The spellcasting trait, multi-attack, Iron Skull Flail, or Ray of Sickness.
I'd like to learn about the multi-attack.
Okay. The Skull Lasher can make 2 attacks with its flail. You get one more choice.
Right. Oh man, I don't know what really to pick. I guess spellcasting trait maybe.
Okay. Skull Lasher is a 3rd level spellcaster. Its spellcasting ability is Wisdom, spell save DC 13, plus 5 to hit with spell attacks. It has the following wizard spells prepared: Mage Hand, Message, Prestidigitation, Detect Magic, Protection from Evil and Good, Ray of Sickness, Shield, Darkness, and Misty Step.
Alright. So with that knowledge, I'm actually just going to attack him again. But these seems kind of dangerous, honestly. Ugh.
You hit on a 12 as your scythe cuts into the robes of this spellcaster.
Perfect.
8 points of slashing damage. He's not looking too good.
Awesome. That's my turn.
All right. That is going to take us to one of the cultists. Going to move up by Vishara. make an attack against her. It's going to slash out with its scimitar, scoring a hit on a 19, dealing 1 point of slashing damage. Cultist 1 is going to attack Terran down on the ground. Missing on a 9 as Terran rolls out of the way. Terran, you are prone on the ground. What are you doing?
Does it take a turn to stand up?
Nope, it just takes half your movement.
Okay, great. I will stand up.
Okay.
And the Fist of Bane 3 that I hit last time for like 11, how does he look? Is he looking rough? Is he looking...
Make me an insight check.
Okay.
He is looking almost dead.
Almost dead. Okay. I'd like to, if I still am able to, if it's a free thing, I'd try to identify the unknown humanoid cultist 1 to the southwest of me.
Okay. History check or proficient religion?
Gonna be history.
You know, this is a cultist. That is the official stat block name. He has a normal vision and passive perception of 10. That is all you know.
Okay. Let's go for the Fist of Bane 3. So control, left click, move my character sheet actions, and rapier to hit.
A 16 unfortunately misses.
Oh, bummer. Okay. Look at me getting all like excited with the sneak attack there.
That armor, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have, I guess I don't have many defensive moves here, right? In terms of if I move away like behind Aslan, then the cultist 1 would get a opportunity attack on me, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll stand my ground.
Okay. Flaming Fist Soldier 1. Going to move 25 feet right here and attack the Fist of Bane 3. With a spear attack from behind, missing. Flaming Fist 2. Going to move up and attack Fist of Bane 4. Spear attack. Scoring a hit on a 21. Dealing 9 points. Piercing damage, killing Fist of Bane. That will take us to Cultist 2, who is going to abandon going after Lulin and move 30 feet right over here by Vishara and attempt to attack her. Missing on a 9. But Fist of Bane 3 is going to turn around and swing its mace at the newly approached Flaming Fist Soldier. Missing.
The grateful party appreciates that.
And that takes us to the top of the round, where you all actually hear a bunch of hooves as horses and horsemen approach. Hell Riders atop their brilliant steeds have come. They quickly take assessment of the situation, and the cultists begin to disperse as they all shout to leave and flee. You hear one say, "All right, boys, it's up. Time to get out of this city." And they all begin taking off. The Hell Riders give some of a chase. But one messenger goes up, seeing Alder Ravengard, and steps down right by him. Sir, we can't find the High Overseer. We don't know. The nobility's in disarray. They don't know what to do. Cultists have taken over the eastern gate. They're coming in and going as they please. We gotta take control of it. We don't know what to do. Ravengard responds, well, you're here now. Take care of this mess and go get that gate quickly. And you see another Hell Rider with some brilliant bouncing brown curls. A woman, hearing this, suddenly take off as her captain calls after you, Rhea, get back here, we need you here. And she calls after, I will take care of the gate. Older Ravengard lends a hand down to Aslan to help him up and looks him in the eyes, same as Terran. You adventurers, if you want to do some good, some more than you've already done, we could use some help at that gate.
Lead the way. Point the way.
The messenger cries, follow me. All right. And we move on to the next part.
Oh boy.
Woo, no spell slots.
So I'm going to put you all on this map.
Right.
Okay. So the way that chases work in the game is different than regular combat. We will be going over that. Let me get things set up quickly.
Oh boy. You have the pleasure of doing the first ever chase with... First time I've ever done a chase.
Guys on there. Excuse me. So, as the cultists begin to flee this scene, making their way towards the northeast end of Elturel, you have all been charged by Duke Alder Ravengard with chasing after them, perhaps catching, but more importantly, getting to the gate and securing it. For it appears that the gate has been taken over by this cult. So, how a chase works is you're just moving on your turn, basically in a straight line. Okay, so you have your movement. You can move forward and back. There is no up or down, whatever. It's a more abstract, kind of like you're just going after somebody. If you catch up to a cultist, then you can do whatever you want. You can attack them, you can try to grab them, you can do different stuff. You can make ranged attacks as long as you're within range as well. The cultists are going to attempt to escape. So once they get far enough, if there is cover, they might be able to hide. They might be able to escape that way. But you can also, on your turn, you can do the dash action, but you can only do the dash action a certain amount of times, equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier, right? If you try to dash more than that, then you would be risking exhaustion. So Aslan can dash 5 times. Beowulf, you can dash 5 times. Lulin, you can dash 4 times. Salvador can dash 5 times. Terran, you can dash 3 times. And Vishara, you can dash 4 times. So let's say, Terran, you want to try to dash a 4th time. You would have to make a Constitution check after that to see if you gain a point of exhaustion or not, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is also where these lesser blessings come into play.
Right.
Oh boy. Aslan was the one that got stacked with all these. Mr. Good Boy.
Okay. So, Vishar, we'll see this. Aslan has the lesser blessing of altruism and charity and heroism. Vishara, you have the lesser blessing of heroism, charity, and fulfillment. Lulin has the lesser blessing of commitment and heroism. Salvatore has a lesser blessing of heroism. Same with Beowulf. And same with Terran. Okay. So. The lesser blessing of charity. You may use your action to grant another participant in the chase a free dash action to use immediately as a reaction, moving to a space level with wherever the participant moves. The lesser blessing of altruism is when another participant in the chase is hit with an attack or subject to a harmful spell or effect, including hazards or terrain. You may use your reaction to instead make yourself the target of the attack or effect. The lesser blessing of commitment is you may dash 1 time without expending one of your allowed uses or without requiring a Constitution check. The lesser blessing of fulfillment, you may choose to automatically succeed on 1 Constitution check made to resist exhaustion as a result of dashing more than your allotted uses. And the lesser blessing of heroism, you may choose to automatically succeed on 1 ability check that you fail during this chase. Alright. So, are we ready, or do we have some questions?
I only have just one, really.
Okay. Shoot.
Would I be able to use... I'm still able to use Blessing of the Raven Queen here, right? If I have it?
Yep. You can still use any of your features or anything that you have available.
Perfect.
And we wouldn't see the blessing on our character sheet, would we?
It's on the combat tracker. If you have the combat tracker open, you can look at your effects. Tracker. Yep.
Great.
I will be
lesser blessing heroine.
Trying to update those.
Oops.
So, I could get everybody to re-roll their initiative as we start a new order.
All right. Here's hoping that the dice gods favor me. All right, not bad.
Sorry, remind me, do you want us to just roll a d20 or is there a specific button for that?
On your character sheet, it's on the main tab.
On the main sheet. Yep. Yeah, the main tab. This is your dexterity modifier, pretty much. So.
Missing
Oh
one.
yeah, we lost Lewin real quick. Just having mic issues. I think something might have happened.
Oh, okay.
She
Okay.
might rejoin in a second.
Yeah, I'll re-roll the initiative. All right. We begin at the top of the order with the unknown humanoid assailant, who is going to dash 80 feet. Taking us to Vishara.
Okay, give me a second while I figure out my map.
There we are. She's back.
Hey, sorry if I'm missing something here, but I rolled a 15, but it says my initiative is 11.
Oh,
Did
you
you
made a
put on your
dexterity
number?
check. Okay, I'll add that. So it's the 15. There we go.
Sorry, I'm not seeing, like, on the main tab, I'm just not seeing,
It's
Yeah.
right next to your speed and AC.
In the
It's
middle.
right in the
In
middle.
the middle. In the middle.
Where it says in it. Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
and-
makes a lot of sense. My bad.
No worries.
No, it's fine.
I lost my internet connection.
Are you up to date on what we're doing?
That you were starting a chase, but that was it.
Yeah, okay.
Also, you might be muted, Vishara, because you're not saying anything.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear
We
you
can
now.
hear you now.
Okay, so I'll move up. My movement. And then with my action, I'll go ahead and use the crossbow and fire at the cultist in front of me.
All right, go for it. A natural 20. Critical hit. All right, Vishara, roll your damage. $11 points of piercing damage as Vishara lines up a nasty crossbow shot.
Do I do non-lethal?
Not with a ranged weapon like that. The non-lethal can be a melee weapon because you can like do it with a blunt, but there's not really a non-lethal way to do it with a bolt. Usually ranged weapons you can't.
Okay.
All right, the cultist is out of the chase. Anything else, Vishara?
That's it.
Okay. Unknown humanoid cultist 1. Going to dash 60 feet.
Vishara will unpack the fact that she killed people later.
Cultist 2 is going to do the same. Taking us to Salvatore.
Yeah, so if I use my dash, that's just the action, right? I wouldn't be able to go up there and smack someone with a dash.
Correct. Dash uses
Okay.
your action.
Okay. My throw range on the javelin is 20. Let me double check, sorry.
Range 30 or 120?
Okay,
So anything over 30 feet is just with disadvantage.
got it.
So you could go your movement and then throw.
Sorry, Nomad, you said that anything outside of 120 would be disadvantage, or 30 would be disadvantage.
30, yep. 30 is your regular range, so you would make your attacks normally. Anything more than 30 is made at disadvantage. Anything more than 120 you can't do.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna use my full movement speed to catch up with Vishara, and then I'm gonna dash and use the rest of my movement speed to catch up with Fist of Bane 1.
All right, so that's 55 feet. Do you want to use your full dash?
Yeah,
You can move that right
just
there.
put me right in between them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, wait up, y'all, I got some questions for you. That'll be my
We're
turn.
asking questions first.
Yeah, I guess.
Could you-
How would you like to die?
Could he take his extra movement and try to like tackle him?
I think I used all my movement. My dash was my action, so I don't have like a grapple or anything.
Yeah, you used all your movement.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, good
All
looking
right.
out though. Good looking out.
Cultist 1 is going to dash, moving all the way up. Taking us to Terran's turn. What are you doing?
I'd like to try to identify that guy way up there at the front, the unknown humanoid assailant.
Okay, please make me a history or a proficient religion check. That is enough to know that this is a Nightblade.
Nightblade. Okay.
A Nightblade is a worshipper of Baal.
Oh, we got all sorts of gods here, don't we? Okay.
So you got
I'm
the
going to-
worshippers of Bane, Miracle, and Baal. Baal is a god of murder who lends power to those whose killings invoke fear and dread. The act of murder is only half the equation. The second half is the suspicion, paranoia, and fear that a seemingly unstoppable killer can evoke. Baal seeks to inspire fear by slaying those seemingly beyond the reach of death. He always carries a red handkerchief somewhere on his person, and can take an alternate appearance regardless of his current form, that of a hulking brute armed with a long curved dagger that drips blood. In this form, he wears only a tattered loincloth, is hairless, and is covered with bleeding wounds caused by a slashing blade. His face is a skull, flayed of its flesh, and surrounded by a halo of blood. Baal is a vicious bully who enjoys killing people in gruesome ways. He's brought to heel only by the combination of Bane and Miracle. Baal's cultists emulate their deity, carrying out gruesome murders to spread fear and horror. They are charming and disarming when they wish, but in combat their true bloodthirsty nature comes to the fore. This is a cultist. And lower-ranking cultists of Baal are called Nightblades, whom Baal blesses with dark vision and superior stealth. Reapers are the next rank up. They gain the ability to turn invisible and can use Baal's magic to evade suspicion. The highest rank are the Death's Heads, who can take on the skull-faced guise of their deity to terrify their prey. In combat, they intimidate foes by shrugging off the deadliest attacks with ease, showing that resisting Baal's schemes is futile. So they have dark vision of 60 feet, passive perception of 10, and can speak common.
Wow. And they're great at parties. I will move my. I'm 25 as a halfling. Yeah.
I think that all got updated, so I think you should be at 30. With the
30,
Monsters of
okay.
the Multiverse.
Right. Okay. So I'll move my 30. And then I'll use my bow to try to. So that's going to be how much? He's now at 110. 110.
110, yep. I have him
Okay.
targeted for you.
Okay, thank you. And I will open up my character sheet. And do I get stealthy because I'm next to a human?
You would have to do the stealth. You'd have to perform
I'm
the
sorry,
stealth.
not,
Yep.
sorry, not stealthy, but sneak attack.
Oh, the creature that you're targeting has to be next to someone.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And then
okay.
that is also out of your regular
Yeah.
range, so it would be made with disadvantage.
I am next to 2 people.
Okay, so I click on disadvantage. Oh, how do I do this? There it is. Okay, and then I'll just double click on the die here on short bow. Yeah.
Yep. A 12 hits. You all see
Lovely.
as Terran runs up, taking out a small short bow, lining up a shot into the air, angled upwards, one eye looking at the Nightblade far ahead and then up into the sky. He looses the bowstring, and the arrow whistles out, plunging into the back of the Nightblade. Go ahead and roll damage. Make sure you get that
Lovely.
sneak attack. Oh, no, not the sneak attack.
Not the no sneak
right.
attack, so I'm not behind that thing.
No sneak
So,
attack. All right, 10 points of
Matt?
piercing damage. And the Nightblade has an arrow sticking out of his back as he stumbles.
I look back and yell, "Nice shot!"
thanks. It's more where that came from. Hopefully.
All right, anything else, Terran?
I think that'll do it.
All right, Aslan is going to dash forward 60 feet, taking us to Beowulf.
How far is this Nightblade from me currently?
140 feet.
Okay, so 60 feet would be 80, I believe, which would be perfect. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna move my 30. And then as a question, Blessing of the Raven Queen, does that count with your movement, or are they mutually exclusive?
That is extra.
Okay.
So you can magically teleport up to 30 feet additional to any movement that you make.
Okay. So then I'm gonna Blessing of the Raven Queen 30 feet then.
Okay.
And I should be in range to hit him, right?
You are within
my
80 feet.
crossbow? All right, then I'll be taking a shot at him with my crossbow here. Right.
A 20
That is a 20.
hits.
Perfect. Let me target. Oh, you're already talking to him. Yeah, that was accidentally outside of it. Ugh, come on.
2 points of piercing damage as another bolt comes streaking out, arcing down. It hits the calf of the fleeing Nightblade, and you see him stumble to the ground as he falls unconscious.
And that's
Very
my
nice.
turn.
All right. We will go to the Fist of Bane, who is going to dash 60 feet. Salvatore, Aslan, and Beowulf, you may all make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yeah, I'll take the
Takes-
attack of opportunity, sure.
Right, that takes your reactions. Go ahead, target him,
Yep.
and then make your attack. Oh, Beowulf. So you have
Is there
your
a
light
limit on-
you have your light crossbow out.
Ooh,
So
right.
you'd be doing like an unarmed strike, basically.
Okay, yeah, sure. How'd I do that? Oh, okay, there it is.
I will
Right.
Fix real quick.
So, unarmed strength. That's like proficient and everything, right? And
Yep.
it uses strength, so it's +4.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, come on.
You smack out with the blunt end of your crossbow, but a 9 is insufficient. All right,
Is he attacking?
Salvatore. Do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay.
Haven't been doing too hot with that, but well, it's the power of positivity, right?
Yeah, let's go. You got it.
A
See, there it is.
23 hits.
Okay. What a
Roll damage.
relief. So if I can, I'm gonna try and make this non-lethal because I have questions.
Yeah, definitely can. 5 points of slashing damage does not lay him down. All right.
I'll just yell after him. It's all right. We'll catch up soon.
All right, that takes your reaction, and now we move on to Lulin. What are you doing, Lulin?
Moving curls up in a ball.
Okay. I'm going to give you the prone effect.
Okay.
All right, Lulin appears catatonic. Taking us to the cultist 5's turn. He is going to dash as well, not seeming to pay any attention to all the figures around him. Salvatore, Aslan, and Beowulf would be able to make an attack of opportunity, but you all used your reactions. So, Vishara, you have received initiative. What are you doing?
Aslan also made an attack of opportunity.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I didn't say that, but he made an attack of opportunity and he missed. Rolled an 8.
Okay. As a quick question, the blessing of is there a distance requirement?
No.
So, like, I could, if they had their reactions, I could, like, next turn use it on any of the 3 that are in front of me and then move up, like, even farther than I would normally be able to.
Correct. Someone farther ahead or someone lagging behind?
Okay, well, I will just move up my 30. I'm over here next to.
I'll move you up there.
And then I'll go ahead and shoot at that guy.
All right. A 6.
And we'll.
Go ahead.
And then that'll be it.
Okay. Vishara moves up, lines up another shot, but is unsuccessful. Cultist 1 is going to dash once again, moving 60 feet. Cultist 2 is going to do the same, taking us to Salvatore.
Well, Salvatore's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's gonna take his full movement and dash to get right up in there and get intimate with those 2 dudes again.
Okay.
Right in between them. It's just gonna say, fancy seeing you folks here again. I feel like we're gonna keep running into each other. It's gonna be my turn.
All right. As you get up right even with them, they respond. Oh, you idiot! You don't know what you're doing! We have to get out!
You can tell me more if you want. I'm open-minded.
Cultist 1 is going to dash, moving 60 feet. Salvatore, you may make an attack of opportunity against it if you wish.
I think I'm gonna save it. Thank you.
Okay. Taryn, you're up. You there, Taryn?
You
Sorry,
might be
I was on
muted.
mute. Yep, I am. So I'm just trying to move my 30.
Okay.
Now let me do it this time. Oh, I think it might have been too far.
Oh, that's 30 feet right there.
Oh, that's 30 feet. Okay. I have it zoomed out. And then I'm going to try to identify, let's say, unknown cultist 1, the very northeastern. And
Okay.
we'll give you intelligence, or the history, rather.
History or proficient religion. You know that is a cultist initiate. This is a minion type. And you know that they speak common. Is all you can tell.
Right. I also know they're averse to arrows. So I will target him. And I will shoot with my bow one more time.
All right.
Is this at disadvantage as well?
Yes.
Okay.
A 16 hits, even with disadvantage. Taryn showing a sharpshooter mentality. Roll damage.
Beautiful shot.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
7 points of damage. The cult initiate falls to the ground.
Didn't want to talk to that guy anyway.
All right, end of turn.
All right. And that takes us to Aslan. Aslan is going to dash.
Okay, sorry, I'm
there.
just one question.
Yeah.
Is the gate at the end of the map that we see here? Is that how much time we have?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Beowulf, you receive initiative. What are you doing?
Alrighty, I'm gonna move 30 feet. Then I'm gonna take. Let me see something real quick. Ooh, okay. I will take a shot at that guy, and that's gonna be at disadvantage, correct?
At Cultist 1?
Yeah,
Yes.
Cultist 1. Alright. And how do I do disadvantage again?
It should automatically apply for range on weapons.
Alright, okay. Oh,
A
wow.
19 with disadvantage. 19, that hits. Roll damage.
Awesome.
There you go.
That was better than last time.
You deal 6 points of piercing damage. And the cultist goes down.
Perfect.
Nice shot.
Thanks. Oh, and that's my turn, by the way. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
And that takes us to the Fist of Bane, who once again seems to not care about all of the creatures right next to him. He's just running full speed, moving 60 feet with a dash action. Aslan and Salvatore, you may make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
You know I gotta do it to him.
All right, go for it.
Oh, God.
An 8 is not enough. Aslan will make his attack as well.
I meant to say that would be a non-lethal, but I guess it doesn't matter.
18. He'll do a non-lethal. How about? An 18 hits. The Fist of Bane takes 8 points of damage, but still continues his running forward. That takes us to Lulin. All right, Lulin, what are you doing?
Are there any like dogs or anything around?
Yeah. I would say there is a dog, a street dog nearby that is like kind of hiding under a what do you call it? Like a
Cart?
merchant table or something.
Yeah, like a booth?
Yeah, a booth.
I think Lulin would be talking to it in her mind. I think she would ask the dog to help them and have the dog chase after them.
All right. Using your speech of beast and leaf, you speak words to the animal, who suddenly looks at you with recognition. Its ears perk up, looks to you, looks to all of your friends, your newfound companions running after these cultists, looks back to you, gets up, and then takes off after them. All right, does that end your turn?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. The cult initiate is going to turn to you, Salvatore. And he's going to say, with my death, I'll assure yours too. You ain't getting out of here. And he misses on a 13. Bishara.
Say, you could talk or you could just keep swinging and missing. One will keep you alive, one won't.
And he responds, either way, we're all getting dragged down.
We'll see about that.
Bishara, you have received initiative. What are you doing?
Okay. Looking back at this woman whose name I don't know, she's like mid panic attack.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Can I actually use my lesser blessing of, and then like move back to meet her?
The last part cut out. Did you say you wanted to use lesser blessing of charity?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Or to like meet Lulin halfway.
So Lulin can use a dash action as a reaction, so she would actually be able to get right in line with you, I think.
Is the
All right, Lulin.
So,
Is that what you want to do?
Explain to me
so
how
like
that.
So Vishara is wanting to use her lesser blessing of charity, which allows you to move as a reaction your dash speed. So you would be able to move 60 feet. So you would be able to move right in line with Vishara.
Okay. If there's a place to kind of tuck in and hide, I could see Lulin doing that.
Okay, yes, we will say there is. Alright, so Lulin moves up right in line with Vishara. Vishara lending a hand to Lulin in her time of need.
And then instead of going anywhere, Vishara is actually going to like down next to the ball of Lulin and sort of like put her hand on Lulin's shoulder and just, hey, I need hun, and just sort of like try.
All right. Lulin, you feel the comforting warmth of an unknown friend lending some support to you in a dire time of your own need.
I look up with rivers of tears streaming down my face at her.
And she just looks at you and wait, Lulin can also see that Vishara's not in a good head. Like, Vishara's not.
You're cutting out a little bit.
And She says, "Hey, beautiful, I need you to breathe." Did you get that?
I
Yeah.
heard you need to breathe.
Yeah, and then she'll like demonstrate deep breaths.
Moving.
And that is what I will.
All right, that takes us to the Cult Initiate Minion 2, who is going to look back. Salvatore and Aslan, you see a look of complete panic on his face. Nevertheless, he dashes 60 feet, taking us to Salvatore's turn.
Huh. I really want to get out of here, huh? Alright, well first I'm gonna clock what's happening behind me. And just be, inspired and grateful by the kindness that I've witnessed. I'm gonna use that inspiration that's been given to me to sweep the legs on this cult initiate next to me.
All right.
And try to do a non-lethal attack on him just to stop him from running so we can get some information.
All right.
Yes.
So, let's see.
Sorry, I didn't mean like literally I'm going to use my inspiration. I didn't mean that. I meant like, just
Oh, okay.
metaphorically.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna take the blunt side of my longsword and sweep the legs with them, try and take him down.
Okay.
Did I see you doing the extra work to add an unarmed strike to my character sheet, and I appreciate you for that.
Yep.
So here we go. Oh baby!
Oh,
A
that is
24
perfect.
is a critical hit.
Woo.
Okay. So remind me how to do this. I'm sorry. From a rolling perspective, do I just do the first roll and then we'll double the D8 and then add the +2 on top?
Oh, the crits automatically applied. If that's what you're asking. Yep.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. One of the things about Fantasy Grounds, kind of nice. I have extensions that do that. All right. 8 points of non-lethal damage as you see Salvatore give a deft turning flick of his wrist, smacking the cultist with the blunt side of his blade, laying him low, unconscious but not dead.
I'm just gonna ask for clarifying. On the dice roll summary, it just says 1d8 +2.
Oh, that's because you didn't have him targeted when you did the critical hit.
Oh crap! I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all right.
Well, regardless, I mean,
Yeah.
Note for the future.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Mix
use
up
any
on both
of
our
the.
parts that time.
It's all good, man. I'm gonna use the movement that I didn't use to just kind of get over him, put my knee down so he can't get anywhere, and,
Okay.
and just gonna get ready for my next turn to bring him back to 1 HP and keep him on the ground and start asking questions.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn. After I yell, I got one.
Taryn, you see Salvatore's deft maneuver up ahead of you, but there is still the gatehouse ahead. What do you do?
I take a moment to notice the scene around me, and I go, "All right, guys, come on. That's a nice hallmark moment, but we're in the middle of a chase." And I rush past them.
All right, 30 feet to get there.
30 feet, and then I will target this guy here at 90. And that 80 is the disadvantage threshold, right?
For your short bow, yes.
Okay. And I'll just try it again. Doesn't seem to have mattered much, and jinxing myself now.
You got it.
A 13. Your shot strikes against the armor on the back of the Fist of Bane, not dealing any damage.
Great. Oh, I think I rolled rapier on that. Let me take an armor. There we go. Just gonna remove an arrow. Okay.
All right. And that will take us to Aslan's turn. Quickly, we must get to the gatehouse. He is going to dash up in line with the Fist of Bane, taking us to Beowulf.
All right. Sorry, my dog is barking if you hear that. I'm gonna move up 30 feet. That's 35. Just move it back a little. Okay. Let's see if. All right, that's 120 feet. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna take a shot at him with my crossbow. Okay. Oh, come on.
A 5 misses. Another crossbow shot at long range, diving before it can hit the creature, burying into the dirt and the cobblestone.
All right, and that's my turn.
Okay. The Fist of Bane is going to go. He is going to dash. So, Aslan has the opportunity to make an opportunity attack, and he will do so. Using his reaction. Longsword. Scores a hit on a 21. Deals 11 points of damage.
Beautiful.
There you
The
go.
Fist of Bane
There's
goes
our man.
down. Taking
Finally,
us to
nice.
Lulin. What are you doing, Lulin?
Let's see. There's still one cultist running, correct?
Yeah, it's
So,
far ahead, but
I would ask if the dog would be able to catch up and try to, trip him, and
the dog would definitely be able to catch up. I don't know about the next turn, but maybe the one after, because the dog I think would have like 40 feet, whereas he only has 20.
right. That's what I would ask. I would ask the dog for help.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. And that takes us to the cultist minion, who is unconscious. And at this time, all of a sudden, a deafening shockwave tears through the city streets, abruptly silencing the previous chaos and sending a wave of energy passing through the streets. For a tense moment, there is nothing but the pounding of your heart in your ears. The screams and clangs of battle momentarily erased. In this eerie stillness, a sense of dread descends as the sky gradually begins to darken, casting an ominous shadow over Elturel, the city of eternal light, turning to night. Everyone's gaze is involuntarily drawn skyward in response. The companion, the celestial beacon that has been a source of hope and safety for Elturel for generations, inexplicably turns an abyssal black. The comforting, radiant glow is replaced with a soul-rending, necrotic darkness that freezes the blood in your veins. Then, with a force that shakes the very foundation of the city, Elturel suddenly lurches downward. It's as if the ground beneath your feet has been yanked away, a sensation of falling, wrenching your stomachs into knots. The once sturdy buildings groan in protest before they start to crumble, stone and wood splintering into lethal shards. Ancient towers, grand symbols of Elturel's proud history, shatter and begin to fall, their destruction echoing like a death knell across the convulsing city. The cobblestone streets beneath your feet crack and heave, the earth's desperate attempt to hold onto itself evident in the massive fissures that appear. Chasms open up, swallowing homes, people, and the remnants of a life that feels too distant now to be real. From these new-formed abysses, demonic flame erupts, gouts of hellish fire that turn the night into a horrifying tableau of destruction. The heat from these flames singes your faces, and the foul smell of brimstone fills your nostrils. A grim reminder of the imminent danger. Your chase of the fleeing cultists has morphed into a desperate race for survival. Buildings have begun to topple around you, the streets you once knew twisting and deforming, forcing you to adapt on the fly. The panicked screams of your fellow citizens are drowned out by the city's death throes, their desperate pleas replaced with a deafening cacophony of a city perhaps meeting its end. You must push forward, fear fueling your desperate sprint towards survival. The last vestiges of a normal life are crumbling behind you, and with each thunderous quake, Elturel falls deeper into the grip of darkness.
Uh-oh.
Fantastic. That was great.
Bishara. This sudden, stark, contrasting change assaults you. Where before you had a chase, now it appears you have an escape. The gatehouse is still ahead, but you have allies with you. What do you do?
The lesser blessing of charity. Can we only?
You cut out there?
Can we only use the lesser blessing of charity once?
Yep, it's the lesser blessings are one use.
Okay. And
You might have cut out again.
Yeah, I wonder if you have a gateway on your mic. I think it might be cutting you out before. The only thing I can think of is if you're just like really close to the mic when you're talking.
Yeah, maybe like enable like push talk or like something like that, and because I know that I had that with my microphone, that when I enabled push talk, it went better.
Yeah, because you're very clear. It's just cutting you out early.
Yeah.
okay, I will see if I can fix that.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're dashing?
Probably a safe assumption.
Yeah. Yeah, you can also use the chat if in the fantasy grounds if it keeps cutting out.
That's true.
So Vishar, we're still waiting on an answer on whether or not you're dashing, in case you're wondering. Because you said something, we didn't hear it.
Yeah, as I said, we can use the chat if you keep having issues.
Here, alright, I'm gonna do something. Vishar, I'm gonna share my screen to you real quick. Okay. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen. So if I go here on my user settings on Discord, then I locate voice and video. Then I go down here, voice activity or push to talk. I have mine on voice activity, but if you don't have your input sensitivity on, what you can do is you can move this slider. So if you move the slider down to lower decibels, then it probably won't be cutting out as much, it'll be picking up more. That might work.
But yeah,
Yeah,
we
can hear you.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. So, Vishar, were you wanting to dash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rashara like looks at Lulin and like says, "We need to go."
All right. Does that end your turn? Oh, Vishara. So on your turn, while you are running, you barely brush past a gout of flame erupting from a crack in the earth. Please make me a dexterity acrobatics check to try to get past unimpeded. You succeed. As the gout of flame erupts, you jump out of the way just in time. And this takes us to the cult initiate's turn, who is going to try to dash. But a crowd of panicked people blocks their way, and they must make a strength athletics check. And they fail. That counts as 10 feet of difficult terrain. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 50, 55, and 60. Dashing to get there. And that was 1 over its dashes, so he has to make a Constitution save. And succeeds. Salvatore, you're up. What are you doing?
Alright, so I'm about, 65 feet from Lulin.
Yes.
So I'm far away, but I'm within earshot, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna raise my voice a little bit. I'm just gonna turn and face her. I'm gonna point. I'm gonna be like, You good? Can you make it back? If you don't move, you die.
Lulin looks up and shakes her head.
Shakes her head, no?
Yes.
No, you're not good to move?
She just looks at you.
He appears in shock.
Okay. Okay. Well, here we go. I'm gonna give up on this this cold initiate that I downed, recognizing that survival's more important than getting some answers right now. I'm going to. What do I got here? What do I got? All right, I'm gonna yell one last time. If I make it halfway to you, can you make it halfway to me?
She nods once, yes.
All right, meet me in the middle, and I'm gonna move. 1, 2. I'm gonna move to meet Taryn here. And I'm going to
Okay.
beckon her towards me.
Salvatore,
And then I'm going to hold an action.
before you do that, a large piece of rubble falls right in front of you, blocking your path. Please make me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
You succeed
Wow.
and burst through the stone rubble.
Just I like catch the pillar and just break it in my hands. Not today, pillar. And I beckon Lulin towards me, but I want to hold my action for a dash,
Okay.
so we
Got
can,
it.
so we can hef it the hell out of here. You catch
Got
me?
it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Taryn, you're up.
Baron sees all this, thinks it's nonsense, whispers to Salvatore as he dashes, tell her there's a zoo up ahead. And he dashes. His first dash
Okay.
of 60, right?
Correct.
He tries to make sure he steps on the cult initiate as he crosses his path.
Right.
Yes. Before Taryn leaves, could I ask him like really quick, or they? Sorry.
Taryn's a he, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Could I ask Taryn really quick? Could you tell her that before you start running off?
Sure. There's a zoo up ahead. Follow me.
Taryn.
Looks up with concern.
Taryn, as you are moving, a fallen section of wooden wall stands between you. Please make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, that is not going to go well.
It's all right. You're fine. You're fine.
Strength saving throw.
Correct.
Okay, and that's just clicking on that.
You
Correct.
got this.
Oh wow,
Another
that's
natural
incredible.
20.
Yeah.
You
Let's
all
go.
see this tiny child-size opening like the Looney Tunes as Taryn just breaks through the wood.
Yeah.
It was the balsa part of the frame.
All right. Aslan.
Yeah. What would Aslan do here?
Don't know. But he has the lesser blessing of charity. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to grant Lulin the opportunity to make movement with a dash action. You want to do that, Lulin?
Sure.
All right, so you can move 60 feet immediately, and that would trigger Salvatore's as well.
Let's go.
On your feet. We are leaving.
Is that enough?
Yep, that was 60 feet. And then Aslan moves in line with her.
Look at
All
us
right.
all getting together.
And then Aslan is going to finish by dashing 60 feet.
Isn't the lesser blessing of charity in action?
Yeah, you're right. That is true. Okay, so he would move
Good
5,
looking
10,
out.
15, 20, 5, 30. Oh. That is true. Good catch. Okay, Beowulf, you are up.
All right. So, first things first, I'm gonna kind of look to everybody, seeing that we're kind of like grouping up now. So, I'm just gonna kind of move 30 feet here, and I'm just gonna kind of like look behind me and say, "Are we going or what?" And I'm just gonna ready an action to dash to it when everybody else catches up.
Okay.
Yep, and that's my turn.
All right, Lulin, you're up.
Lulin is now freaking out, but inspired to save her own skin. So she's running.
Okay.
So she will go ahead and continue to dash 60 feet.
Okay. No complication on your turn. Taking us to Vishara. What are you doing?
I will dash forward 60 feet.
Okay. As you move, another gout of flame erupts from a crack in the earth. Please make me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Good. There you go.
On a 17, you succeed, dodging
Nice.
out of the way of the flame once more. Cult Initiate. Going to run. Another dash action. But a large section of upturned earth lies before them. And they must make dexterity acrobatics check. They succeed and are able to jump over the mound, moving 60 feet. Salvatore, you are up.
All right. So I reckon there's going to be a penalty to my movement speed if I try and drag this cold initiative with me.
Yes, you would effectively be doing difficult terrain. Half movement.
All right. Well, I'm going to look down at this cultist and say, better luck next time. And I'm going to use my second to last dash, if not last dash, to just catch up with Bashara and Lulin.
Second to last. This would be your fourth, and you have a total of 5.
Yep. Okay, got it.
All right, Taryn.
Darren is gonna use dash 2 of 3. Move 60.
All right. As you move, Taryn, the ground beneath your feet slips beneath you. As it lurches, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that we can do. This is the one I'll mess up.
You succeed.
There you go.
Very deftly, Taryn almost slides forward on the ground. That takes us to Aslan, who shouts, "All right, we're getting out of here!"
Yeah,
That was perfect.
Aslan.
No complication, dashing 60 feet. That is number 4.
Now this would allow me to use my reaction if that's correct, right?
Correct.
All right, then yeah, I would take that action, just do the little dash, and then that's my turn too, right?
Yep, now it is your turn. You used 1 dash
All
now.
right. I'm just gonna dash again and move my 60 feet. Right?
Yep.
Huh. Okay, yeah, right there. And for some reason it won't line up on the square. I don't know why. Kind of weird, but nah. And that's my turn.
Okay, Lulin, you're up.
Yeah. I want to give a lesser blessing of commitment to Salvatore.
I don't know what it
Okay.
does, but I appreciate it, and I'm glad to take it.
Salvatore, you may immediately dash 1 time without expending one of your allowed uses.
I couldn't say no to that. But, Leland, do you want to use that on yourself? I heard there's a zoo up the way.
Oh. Oh, we gotta save him. Come on.
I'll be okay. You get out of here.
You come with me. I might need help.
I'll be there for it. Let's go.
Hey. Lulin will dash.
Okay. That uses your second of 4.
I can't see those numbers. Is that 60?
You have to drop it for me to see. Oh, that's 85.
Let's try again.
Boom, 60 right there. All right, so I think it's safe to say that guy is pretty much dead. Vishara,
Yeah.
you're up.
Alright, I will use dash. What, this is 3 of 4?
Yes, dash 3 of 4. And no complication.
It's not gonna come up yet, but the Lesser Blessing of Fulfillment, would I have to use that before the roll or afterward?
Before. You would have to state that before you make the check.
Okay.
All right. Cult Initiate arrives at the gate. Does he? Upturned earth lies in front of his path, and he needs to make a dexterity acrobatics check.
Trip.
And he succeeds.
Ah.
He makes it to the gate. Salvatore, you're up.
All right. So I just want to confirm that the that blessing that Lulin tried to give me went to her, and she has an extra dash.
Correct.
Great. I'm gonna use my last dash then to catch up with the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Right, that was 60. Yeah.
All right, Taryn, you're up.
All right, last dash.
No complication.
I got a question actually. So we have to make a con save for future dashes, right?
Yeah, once you are out of your allotted uses, then if you dash, you have to make a Constitution save to stave off exhaustion. If you fail, you get 1 point of exhaustion.
But you complete the dash.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yep. All right, Aslan going to use his last dash. Move up. And no complication. Beowulf, you got.
Right, we're gonna be dashing. We should have fixed the map real quick. And move that 60.
Ooh, Beowulf! You're forced to make a sharp turn to avoid being crushed by a falling tower of stone. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Avoid the crush.
You succeed,
Whoa!
Beautiful.
narrowly
Beautiful.
avoiding being crushed by the stone.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
You
Not
move
again.
60 feet.
Oh, that reminds me. That really reminds me of something.
All right, Lulin, you're up again.
Lulin looks back at Salvatore to make sure he's coming.
Oh yeah,
Right behind you.
Salvatore's right in line with you.
Okay. Then she dashes again.
Okay. That is number 3 of year 4. 60 feet to right there. Back to the top, Vishara. You're up.
You sprint 4 of 4, and we're going 60 feet.
Okay. Before you, a large section of stone wall has fallen, cutting off your path. All movement you make now counts as difficult terrain this round, as you must find a different route. You're only going to be able to move 30 feet with that dash. All right, Salvatore. Oh, did you have something else?
No, that's me.
Okay, Salvatore, you're up.
All right, so I've got a lesser blessing of heroism, which gives me advantage on an ability check, correct?
Yeah, so the Lesser Blessing of Heroism, if you fail an ability check during this escape, then you can just choose to automatically succeed.
Got it. Okay. So, well, I'm going to use that for my con check for an extra dash here. Does that work?
Saving throws are saving throws, not ability checks.
F word. Okay. In which case, I'll just take the... Do you want me to roll the con save now?
Sure.
Okay. Oh boy.
Unfortunately, Salvatore, you have exhausted your dashes. And as you run in this heavier armor, you feel your lungs begin to get burning hot. And you now are suffering from 1 level of exhaustion, which applies disadvantage on ability checks.
Got it.
Oh.
So if I want to take a con save on a dash next turn, then it's disadvantage.
Ability checks, not saving throws.
So like
Okay.
if there's like a tower falling on you.
Got it.
All right. And you only move 30 feet, so you would be moving there.
Okay.
All right, anything else, Salvatore?
I'm just gonna hack along for a second and be like, oh, God, dang, that is rough, yo. We got this though. Let's go. And then that's it.
All right, Taryn, you're up. We're almost there, Taryn. What are you doing?
I'll mute again. So I'll use a dash again. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Correct. You fail.
Great. I'll use my heroism to automatically succeed.
A saving throw is not an ability check.
Oh, you guys just went over that. Sorry. Thank
No
you.
worries.
I will move. I'll just still move the 60 then, but then take the exhaustion.
Yes. No complication there. Aslan is going to move the 60 feet with a dash action. But a large piece of rubble or fallen section of wooden wall blocks his way, and he must make a strength saving throw. Which he succeeds, bursting through it. But he has used all of his dashes, and so he must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
But he succeeds with a 19.
There you go.
And that takes us to Beowulf.
All right. I'm gonna use my whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna use my dash to move 60 feet right there. I believe that's like my fourth or third one,
That
whichever
is
one
your
that is.
fourth. As you
All right.
are running towards this gate, the ground beneath your feet slips beneath you as the ground lurches. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, okay, not bad, not
You
good.
succeed.
Woo! And that's my turn.
All right. Beowulf has reached the gate. Lulin is up.
Lulin. Vishara, how much dash do you have left?
Ashara's
I'm
out.
but I also get I can also automatically succeed on the con save once.
So I'm gonna give you a lesser blessing of commitment to catch up.
Okay.
All right, so you get one dash that you can use without spending.
I can use that immediately.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lulin, what else you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and dash.
Oh, so you use the Lesser Blessing, which was your action, so you can just
Okay.
move 30 feet.
Okay.
As you move, a large section of stone wall has fallen, impeding your path and cutting you off. All of your movement counts as difficult terrain this route. You will only move 15.
Okay.
That takes us to Vishara's turn.
I will move my 30 feet and then action dash.
Okay. As you move towards the gate, you are forced to make a sharp turn to avoid being crushed by a falling tower. The stone rushes at you from above. Please make me a dexterity saving throw to navigate the turn. You succeed,
There you
coming
go.
through the other side of the falling rubble.
And then I will use my Lesser Blessing of Fulfillment to automatically succeed the Constitution save.
All right. Bishara reaches the gate. Salvatore, what do you got?
I got questions, DM. I got
Yes.
questions. All right, so I've got a Lesser Blessing of Heroism, and I still have my Inspiration. So I want to try and find a way to maximize these. So I'm going to try and dash. Would I use my Inspiration for advantage on my con roll?
Yes, you could do that.
Okay. Let me count then.
You could get to the gate.
I'm gonna use my Inspiration to get there. So is there a specific thing I need to click for Inspiration roll, or should I just roll it to?
Nope. You just on the bottom left where all the dice are, there should also be buttons. There's an ADV. When you click on that, it makes the roll with advantage.
Got it.
You succeed.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna run like hell. As far as I can. Is that 60 right there?
Yep, you would get all the way to the gate.
All right.
Salvatore reaches the gate.
I'm gonna
Taryn,
look back, and I'm just gonna yell back to Taryn, Lulin, and Aslan. Y'all got this. Eye on the prize. Get out.
Okay, I'm gonna just saunter my 30.
all right. Without a complication, Taryn makes it to the gate. Aslan is going to run forward 30 feet. No complication. He makes it. All right. Lulin, you are up.
Lulin face steps over the ground 30 feet.
Ooh, very nice.
There you go.
A maze of rubble, barrels, crates, and other obstacles stands in Lulin's way, but she just face steps and teleports all the way across.
And then dashes the rest of the way.
Very nice.
Salvatore's gonna witness this cool little trick and go, "You had that in your back pocket the whole time?"
She just kind of looks at you and shrugs.
Oh man. We're here now, that's all that matters.
All right. As you look back upon Elturel, you have made it out of the gatehouse and rush across the bridge, standing in the vibrant green grasses, or they would be green if the light was still around to bask it in its radiant glow. Lightning crackles across the surface of the second sun, lashing out from the companion, tendrils dancing across the surface of the city. More arc downward, seeming to grasp the stone and land. Great fissures burst from the ground surrounding the walls. Rock sprays up as water from the river Chianthar begins to bubble. A fearsome contrast from the light of day, unable to push beyond the spreading darkness from the companion, raises a dread and horror within you unlike that which you have ever experienced before. As then, great gouts of flame erupt from these fissures and cracks upon the land. The darkness is illuminated by a deep, hateful red, as hellfire cascades around the city. The screams and distant cries of the citizens can be heard, broken by eruptions of flame and crackling of lightning. Massive chains appear, latching onto the city from below. You see the city of Elturel, a shining light in a world of evil, begin to sink lower and lower into the earth. The cries of those trapped within are drowned out by the steady grating of stone, the eruptions of flame, and the companion above sending tendrils of lightning into the city. As it disappears below the ground, a scorched white scarf flutters helplessly in the wind before you. In only moments, as you stare in disbelief, Elturel is no more. Elturel has fallen.
Are we just looking at a giant chasm?
There's a giant hole in the ground right now. Those brave enough to get a little closer to the edge would look down to see just a crater.
All right.
As the
I'm
river
just gonna.
Chianthar begins to bubble and flow within, you see waves rippling out from the river.
Did you just say the river is boiling and waving?
Yeah, so Elturel is kind of like has a port on the river Chianthar.
Yeah.
So the river actually started to go into the crater.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
what side of the city did we exit from?
You are on the northeastern side.
Okay. So okay.
Actually have
So
an
water to our
image.
south.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna like I'm sure we're all in shock right now, but I'm gonna just kind of like look around to my party members and like, make physical contact on their shoulders and be like, "Hey, you here? You good?" Like each one of them. You all right? You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're like right there.
Okay, cool.
It is at this time that you notice the Hell Rider woman who had taken off after the cultists, kneeling upon the ground, a little over to your west, not moving, looking at the crater.
I'm gonna go over to her. I'm gonna approach her slowly.
Gives no response whatsoever.
Can you hear me? She can't hear me.
Lulan wants to see if she's bleeding or hurt.
She does not appear to have any wounds or scrapes. Her armor is still gleaming, polished from her morning routine.
Is
Would you say that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Ashara, were you gonna say something?
This is like, is this a second where we can like actually breathe?
Yes.
Vishar is having a panic attack.
Does it look like the Hellrider woman is in any form of shock, kind of?
Make a medicine check.
All right.
Yes, this Hellrider woman appears to be in a state of complete disbelief, unresponsive. I wouldn't say shock, but like this is like a mental break.
And he's just gonna kind of tap Salvatore and say, "I don't think she's in the right mind state right now."
Right mind state right now for what?
I mean, you do see where the city was, don't you?
I see where the city was, but I know we're here now, and she seems like she might be able to help us.
You might want to
Help us.
give her
Help
a
us
tap
what?
first, I guess.
I don't know. She looks like an official. She looks like she was a part of something that mattered, that could has connections. I mean, y'all have seen these people run through the cities before. Maybe she knows where to go.
Right. We're probably gonna need to tell somebody about the city kind of fallen.
I'm also gonna just while we're doing this, I clock Vishara like having a breakdown here, and I don't really know what to do for that. I don't have any experience with that, but maybe I'll turn to Beowulf and whoever else is kind of like not having a hyper emotional reaction to this, and say like, does anybody want to try and comfort Vishara? I feel like I got to talk to this Hill Rider.
I mean, I can try, but I'm not exactly good with social interactions. And he kind of starts like walking up to Vishar and kind of like taps her on the shoulder. Is everything all right there?
Didn't hear that.
You might be muted.
We see you talking, but we can't hear it.
Getting a little bit of a helicopter sound out of you, Vishara. Choppy.
Give me 1 second.
No, you're here now. You're here
There
now.
you
go. Yep.
I don't know why that keeps happening. Vishara is kind of hysterical and like doesn't notice at first, and is like, "Oh my god, I killed people! I kill people! What's gonna happen to my kids? Oh my god, fuck!" And then like, then looks up and just kind of looks confused.
Beowulf is going to kind of like look over to Terran and be like, and kind of like motion to help out with this because he doesn't really know what to do here. And it's quite apparent on his face that he doesn't know how to talk to people well.
Yeah, Terran just kind of ignores it all and just keeps staring into the void, into the abyss there.
Then silently walks up and grabs Vishara's hand and pulls her to the wall and motions for her to sit down next to her.
Vishara will.
She just holds her hand and stares ahead.
Salvatore is gonna, just for the moment, ignore the Hell Rider and walk over to join the rest of the group at the wall. I'm gonna kneel in front of Vishara. I'm gonna say, I don't know what you're going through right now. It seems like a lot. But what I can tell you right now is we need to find a way out of here. I think the person across the way from us in that nice armor might know a way. Take the time you need. But I'm gonna go talk to them. And then we're gonna go from there, okay? And I'm gonna do a little thing where I just like point my in a peace sign, like point fingers at my eyeballs, point fingers at her eyeballs, kind of like we're making an eye connection and be like, okay, we okay?
She gives like a shuddery breath and nods and okay.
Okay. We got you. And I'm gonna, as I stand up, I'm gonna get off my knee. I'm gonna like put my hand on their left shoulder and just like in a sign of solidarity, like I got you. And I'm gonna start walking over to the Hell Rider.
And I'll follow Salvatore over there with, yeah.
All right. As you look over now, the Hell Rider appears to have moved. Still knees down. She has bent over and is face down on the ground, arms above her head. She appears to be shuddering, sobbing.
All right. This feels kind of stupid to ask, but is she armed?
Yeah, she has weapons.
Okay. And she looks totally clean.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna approach her and maybe like 10 feet out. By the way, where's Beowulf? Is Beowulf kind of just like right behind me here?
Yeah, I'm kind of like right behind you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna approach and then 10 feet out, just say, "Hey, you make it out okay? You are you injured?"
Oh, Elturel. It's gone. Oh, my Torm. What happened? She looks at you.
You don't know.
And after a really quick scan, you see her eyes do some calculating. And her hand goes to the hilt of her sword suddenly. But she doesn't pull it out.
I just put my hands out and I go, no. We were fighting the people that were trying to take, like, attacking, Ulrich. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Raven Guard.
Right. Yeah. We were in the square when the attack happened. We were trying to save the people here. We were trying to chase down the people attacking. And then all of this happened, and then we had to run for our lives. I even tried to capture one of the attackers. I swear, if you didn't mean for this to happen, we didn't either. We're just looking for answers, and I'm trying to make sure you're okay. Are you okay?
You had nothing to do with this? You have no knowledge?
We're just as confused as you. We're just as confused as you.
Some of you look like Flaming Fist. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you'd be correct.
I like Salvatore kind of looks around and he's super new to his environment and doesn't really know like the call signs or like the insignias of Flaming Fist or whatever, and he looks around and he's like, oh shit, okay, there's a thing going on here.
Yeah. Actually thinking about it, one cultist did get away to the gate, I believe. And Beowulf kind of like takes a look around to see if that cultist is anywhere to be seen.
You hear the ring of steel. She rips out her sword and holds it out, pointing at you, Beowulf. The day we let the Baldur's Gate dogs in was our end. What do you know of the cultists? This was a cult attack? Tell me everything you know.
I don't know much, but what was their names? Ball's cultists. I believe there was quite a few. Not just Balls, but. And Vale kind of like thinks for a moment, kind of just trying to remember everything because it was just happening all so fast. And kind of like
Aaron,
putting his hand down and kind of like trying to like tell her to lower the weapon. And he's kind of with his other hand just kind of be ready to grab his scythe if anything happens here.
Salvatore's gonna jump in, like slow, like methodically move in between the two, hands up. Just be like, hey, a lot of people just died. No more people have to die here. We're all just trying to figure this out.
All right, Salvatore, please make me a persuasion check.
I can try.
You got it.
Oh, found it. All right. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. It's weird. Sometimes when I double click, it just does the single roll, and other times it does advantage, or does a double roll.
Well, you have disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Oh.
Yep.
So I blew it.
With an 11. She still has her sword out, but you can tell her body language is not one where she's looking to attack. She's almost posturing right now. Her mind is all a mess, and she's probably just kind of falling back on doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
But she has no more understanding of the current events than you guys.
All right.
Hey.
Lulin jumps up, runs over, and in Lulin's hand, she does a flower signifying peace.
Ooh. Lulin, please make a persuasion check with advantage.
Maybe. It's under. There we go. I found it. Found you. Advantage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
There you go.
No, she does not speak. She just holds up the flower.
As you see Rhea's posture and demeanor kind of stay in flux, her eyes remaining on Beowulf, they kind of soften, and the sword just drops to the ground as her limbs just kind of fall limp to her side. I don't know what to do. The city, it's gone. I think we're all that survived. No. What do we... We must look for survivors, right? We can't be the only ones.
Salvatore gets closer and says, "Hey, you're right. What's your plan? You're in the militia, you're in the military. What happens if the city falls? What's the next bastion? The fallback plan? What is it? Where do we go?"
Well, we need to find any survivors, gather any refugees. Hate to say it, but I think our only course of action is to move west to Baldur's Gate. It's the only place that could reasonably take anyone in. Elturel was the city. I doubt any others would have any of the space or supplies to take care of anyone.
And now think, are there any other places that refugees could escape from the city during this? Is this it? Are there any other places that people could have gotten out from before we leave?
Well, there's the Western Gate. a couple small side gates that are usually heavily guarded. I'm sure if we just walk around the perimeter, we'll find people. I don't know if anyone would have made it out, but the second things started happening, I guarantee you people closer to the outside would have gotten out.
Okay.
Lulin makes a couple small like little trees up to the ground to kind of make it look like a little forest and looks at you questioningly.
Looks at who? Looks at who, Lulin?
Looks at the guard and you, Salvador.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I extend my hand to the guard and I say, "My name is Salvatore. What's your name?"
After a moment, she kind of gathers herself and then holds her hand out, and her eyes kind of meet yours. They're soft and she is filled with grief, but you can tell there is an inner strength there. Somehow she's holding it together. She grasps your hand. My name's Rhea Mantlemorn of the Hell Riders.
Ray Mantlemorn of the Hill Riders, and I grasp her hand. We're in this together now.
Seems so.
And I let go and I say, "All right, come join the group. Let's figure out our next steps."
And Lula again puts up more trees to look like a forest on the ground and looks at you again.
Salvatore or Rhea?
Both of you.
I just kind of look back at Leland and give a very subtle shoulder shrug and head shake, like, "I don't know. Let's figure it out."
Does Rhea recognize the forest at all, perhaps?
Yeah, what's the forest modeled after?
It's just to show like would the people go to the forest, like, you know, like would they go to the forest? You know, like, what should we look?
In a moment of Rhea kind of catching on, you think the people might have gone to the forest?
And she shakes her head, yes.
I'm not sure. I think probably not, honestly. Humans tend to associate forests with danger. We're not of the elven folk, my lady.
And Lula looks down, sad.
Perhaps some of the elves, maybe, if they made it out? I cannot be sure.
Sorry to interrupt, but I really liked your original idea. Let's just walk the perimeter. Let's see what else we can see. Let's help who we can, and try to figure out what our next steps are. But let's stop talking and let's take some action.
And at this point,
Lily?
suddenly you all hear the sound of coughing. Oh, heavens! Oh, Coral on the Rathian! Oh! You look towards the area where the sound is coming from. The crater. And there is a hand reaching up and above, grabbing onto some grass and a clump, and pulling himself up onto land is Lauren Singsteel, the bard whose amazing tale you heard in the Festival of the Companion. His brilliant embroidered clothing in multicolors, just caked in dirt and soot, and there's dried blood, and he looks like he has been through hell. His beautiful plumed hat is missing, and his hair, the bright blonde hair, is all in disarray. He pulls himself up onto land and lands back, lying upon the ground with a big thud. Oh, help! I need help! Help! Oh.
Salvatore rushes over and places a lay on hands. 1 point just to stabilize him.
Oh, my good man. Oh, always useful having a paladin. Oh, you're a big one, aren't you? No surprise you got hot. Oh my. What in the 9 hells was that?
Lula runs over and starts to put her hands and kind of like pat over his body to see injuries.
All right, go ahead and make me a medicine check. As you're patting him down, he kind of looks at you and, oh, a woman of the fair wilds. I haven't seen one of you in quite some time. Good fortune is always there to come when an Eladrin is present. Oh, my lady. Oh, no, yes, it hurts right there. Oh, right there. You're patting down his body, and you don't see any serious injuries. It's more superficial. He definitely has bruises, and you think he's actually probably playing it up a little bit, if anything. He doesn't have anything substantial somehow.
Oh.
She reaches into her pouch and pulls out some of the herbs in her pouch and makes a little poultice and applies it to his the area that's most tender.
Oh, yes. Oh, right there. You got it, right there. Did you study with Keeler, perhaps? Oh, you don't know him? Old acquaintance. Well, looks like I am among the survivors. Well to do. Oh. What's your plans now? Where's the Hell Riders, the Order of the Gauntlet? Where are they? Hello?
Salvatore draws a sword.
Oh, is there enemies around? Oh, please, defend me.
How'd you know I was a paladin?
Did you not just lay your hands on me? Isn't that a paladin thing?
Tell me how you've experienced that before.
Can we do this another time when I am perhaps more rested?
You seem fine to me.
I've traveled far and wide. Perhaps you were there for my ballad at Shiara's market, telling of the coming of the companion. I am a bard. I travel far and wide. Met many folk, been at many kings' dining halls, put on many performances.
You found yourself in a spot where you've had to lay your hands, or have hands laid on you before?
It's common knowledge, is it not?
Is it? I don't know. I'm new to this.
Make an insight check.
I was gonna ask the same question. Is that actually common knowledge?
It would be common knowledge that like paladins have healing ability, but that's like the extent. They don't know exactly what the healing ability is. They just know like clerics have like healing abilities, paladins have some sort of healing ability, but they don't know lay on hands specifically. And Salvatore with a 19, you can definitely tell there is falsehood in what he's saying. But you're getting the impression that the falsehood is in his own importance. And he definitely knows a little bit more about paladins than normal. But you're not certain if that's like a positive or negative sign. But he's definitely like putting on like he's more important than he is. A traveling bard. You know,
Yeah.
he's probably
Yeah.
just gone to the local bars. Not like any king's court or anything like that.
Got it. I just want to, before I respond, I kind of want to look over my back and just, I have my sword drawn. It's pointed below my waist. I'm not like pointing it at his face or anything like that. I'm gonna look behind me and just kind of like survey really quick. Where's the rest of my group at? I'm kind of still concerned about Vishara. I know that he's going through a hard time. Don't know where Terran is at. I just want to make sure that we're all kind of like in the same spot.
Yeah, Beowulf is just right behind you. Right next to you.
Aaron's just watching.
Okay.
Okay. Lulin is going to break her silence after hearing that he's a bard and been around many places and has met many people, and that she also heard Salvatore say that he was, that the conversation that he was a paladin, and she looks at them and says, "Quilleroth? Did you know Quilleroth?"
I knew of a Quilleroth. Didn't know him personally, but yes, I knew of a man a long time ago. Oh, did you know him too?
My father.
Your father! Oh, good man. World can be quite a small place in some circumstances. Well, good. I'm in good hands. And then he kind of like gives you a clap on the shoulder. Where is he? What is he up to nowadays?
Dead.
Dead. Did he perish just now, perhaps?
No. I was 9.
Good fortunes. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have a habit of putting my foot in my mouth. Not good fortunes. Quilleroth, he was a good man. Oh, I hope his passing went okay. Oh. Well, if I am in the presence of his daughter, I am certainly in good hands. Come to think of it, I think I might see a resemblance. Your beauty, fair lady. Astounding.
Thank you. Papa would have said so.
Salvatore's gonna cast Divine Sense.
Okay. Salvatore, as you reach out into the surrounding area about you, Lauren seems true. He's fine. Rhea seems true. She's fine. They're both definitely what they appear. Rhea, a human woman. Lauren, an elven man. But you're picking up the most devil energy than you've felt ever. It's not any one creature. It's like the essence of the hells. And it is almost overpowering as it comes from the crater.
Got it. So it feels bad. So I'm gonna clock that. Does it feel like it's like an immediate, like, if we don't move in the next couple minutes, danger? If not, I'm not gonna say anything.
No. Make me an Arcana check.
Oh shit! All right.
You love me some Arcana.
I know how to do this. Just a casual -1. Why does it keep getting like a... Oh, well, it doesn't
Exhaustion.
matter. I'm so exhausted. I forgot. I don't know shit.
You really can't place it. You don't feel like it's like immediate danger, like a bomb or anything, but you really can't tell much more. It's like just once you reached out, suddenly you were just assaulted with this overwhelming, hellish energy.
Salvatore's gonna clock it and not say anything and let the scene play out here.
So
back to Lulin.
Okay.
Looked like you were wanting to say something, Vishara, but I didn't hear you.
No, that was just my mic pick. I live
Gotcha.
next to the highway,
Oh,
so that
okay.
was just my mic picking that up.
Gotcha.
Right. So if
Oh,
we're really gonna be helping these people looking around this perimeter, we would have to also keep an eye out for any cultists that might have escaped as well, because if he could make it out, I guarantee that one or two of them might have been able to. And he kind of is pointing towards the bard.
Right.
the bard responds, that one seemed kind of pointed, but I'll forgive that. I am rather frail of frame. I get it. You don't know me yet. Fine, it's fine. Tell me, where are the survivors being led to, by the way? I would like to get a meal before the night is fully through. It was a terrible ordeal, escaping the city.
Salvatore's gonna raise his sword just a little bit up to waist level. He's gonna say, a lot of people died and you're thinking about your stomach right now. You should be thinking about survivors. I can show you the way to where we're headed, but you're gonna help us help others if you want to make it to where it's safe.
Okay, good sir. I get it. I get the hint. I'll be quiet. I'll shut up. Don't mind me.
You don't gotta shut up. You don't gotta shut up. You just gotta help and put others before yourself.
You could do both.
Oh, I don't know my wounds. I suppose I could make an effort.
I suppose you could.
Perfect.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder and kind of say a little louder than just a normal voice volume. Vishara, how you feeling? You ready to make your way westward along the city walls so we can start hooking up with maybe some survivors?
Vishara has spent the last few minutes collecting herself, and she looks up and yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
We should get going.
Taryn, how you feeling?
Yeah, let's help.
I look to the Hell Rider. Can you lead us to the next city gate?
Absolutely. I wonder if it would go quicker if we spread out a little bit, perhaps organized a picket, but you do make a good point with the cultists. If they're out there, we wouldn't want to be taken out one by one.
Tell me more.
I didn't quite hear you there, Salvatore.
Salvatore asked, was it Rhea?
Rhea,
Right?
yeah.
Rhea. Salvatore asked Rhea to tell them more about forming a picket.
Well,
I don't know anything about that.
We have 8 of us. If we split in half, groups of 4, and then just, spread out in different directions, perhaps we'd be able to cover more ground?
No,
I
we
vote
stay
no.
together.
Okay.
Well, if you guys are so hell-bent on staying together, we could do that.
How far out is a picket? What are we talking spreading?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that means just Ford grows in one direction and then we go in another, kind of like the way it's arcing over here.
Hell no. We've just found both of you two. You two are staying with us until we find a safe place. No, nobody else is dying on our watch. Not today.
Stay together.
All right.
Unless you two want to leave, we can't stop you. but we got some questions if that's the case.
Yeah. And then he kind of looks towards the bar and says, Baldur's Gate if you want to walk.
Oh, you can't form a... Oh, never mind. I'm not asked. Yes, let's get to it. Let's find the survivors and refugees. Then he steps up and like kind of brushes himself off, looks at his clothing, kind of like whimpers a little bit. Rhea just like sets her jaw. She has a look of determination on her now. Says, all right, let's get to it. See how many more we can find. And then she just starts walking around the perimeter.
Before Rhea starts walking, Salvatore clenches into a fist and softly taps the shoulder of the armor that Rhea's walking in. It's like, there we go. We got this. Let's go.
She looks to you. Salvatore, right?
That's right.
Thank you.
I got you.
And then she starts walking.
I turn to the rest of the group and I say, ready to do this?
I'm as ready as ever.
Vishara will nod and start moving forward.
As does Lulin.
Aaron takes his first steps.
I point my sword at the bard and I say, you stay really close to us, and I direct my sword in front of me and then I sheath it.
He's making a show of limping and says, oh, don't worry. I couldn't get far at all. Look at this limp.
I do not care. Stay in front of me.
All right. So at 9 p.m., darkness has fallen. And the way forward is quite different than only just minutes before, where the shining radiance of the companion was overhead, basking the land in its yellow second sun. Darkness envelops you now. And you move along the perimeter of the crater that was once Elturel, looking for any survivors of the city. And you do find a healthy number. There are a few who made it out before, a few climbing out from the rubble and ruin. You have yourselves a good number of refugees saved from the ruins of the fall of Elturel. You have the way before you set. Rhea advises to move to Baldur's Gate. The closest sign of any power that would be able to support and take care of any large amount of refugees, of which Elturel is now sorely in need of. That is where we will end our session.
Awesome.
Thank you so much out there for watching with us, for partaking in this session, in this story. I hope you had a good time. And as always, the D&D players, they must be having a good time, and it sounds like they did. So, great session. I had a great time. So glad that I got through this intro. Check me out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Links should be in the description of all my stuff. So if you're watching from YouTube, should be in the description for the YouTube video. Twitch descriptions below, all those links and everything. Check them out, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Subscribe on Twitch if that's your thing. If it's not your thing, perfectly fine. I mean, who wants to give Twitch some money, right? But it is what it is, it helps, just the little bit of support helping provide us with some means of growing and expanding and everything. That's the goal, just to expand a little bit further, to bring D&D more out there for more people, provide more opportunities for people to play, and to provide more value for the people that are playing, and then hopefully create some resources that other people can use, like this this custom intro, this original intro, along with all the other stuff that I'm working on in collaboration with another DM, kind of want to release it as a free resource on the internet when we're comfortable and we like where it's at, and then everybody else can use it to run their campaigns. I think that's a really good idea, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, check me out on YouTube, all those socials and everything. This campaign every Wednesday kind of as it comes. My work schedule's pretty crazy, pretty stupid. I don't have guaranteed days off necessarily, so it can be kind of odd, chaotic, but should be every other Wednesday, time being at 9 p.m. So make sure to tune in come stream time. Join the Discord to stay up to date on that. You can watch on YouTube when I post those as well. And then I also run another campaign, which we actually just finished, the Lost Mine of Phandelver, and I'm taking some time off to get the next campaign ready, which is the Tomb of Annihilation. So every other Sunday, once we start, taking that group through the Tomb of Annihilation. And that is some exciting stuff. They are joining in at level 6, so we're getting right into the heat of things. But that is all we have. So thank you so much for coming to the tavern this evening and listening to our tale around the hearth. Adventurers are beginning to leave, but the last call is sounding, so go ahead and line up at the bar for a final salute, a final pour. Go ahead and tip those bad boys back, whatever you're drinking, whatever is in your mug. Thank you so much for being here. This has been the Tavern League.